On August 9th, we're returning to two stories from the Wall Street Journal. And I'll put these under words, music, and literature. Let's go to this first one. Creative minds find a reset in internet age. Novelists, photographer explain how they tune out digital distractions, let their minds wander. Well, here's the fun part about this. I learned about this author, Gary, I can't even pronounce the last name, Steingart. This is a review of one of his newest books, Our Country Friends. And it says, author Gary Steingart likes to work from his bed. Now, this guy doesn't look like a real funny man, but last week I picked up, well, I didn't pick up, I stole from my wife, a bed on the bed stand. It says, Absurdistan by Gary Steingart. And I start reading this. It is hilarious. And then I learned that he will be featured at the Steamboat Literary Festival in September. And I asked my wife if I could attend. And she said, no, Don. She's taking a good friend of ours. They already have tickets. I didn't get tickets in time. And she says, oh, by the way, it's mostly women there. I said, oh, really? Well, guess what? We men like to read too. But I guess this year I won't get to meet this author, but I will get to read one of his books. And I'm just telling you, this guy is one funny dude. Now, let's go to the word category, reset. And then we turn the page and we see this group called Reset offers a cheerful collaboration. Panda Bear and Sonic Boom reunite to use samples of 50s and 60s tune to create unmistakably good vibrations. Well, here's what I like about the word reset. It reminds me of redo, do over. And what I have found in having survived the hell of divorce and 40 years of marriage, and miraculously and thankfully my wife and I are back together for marriage number 2, which will be a lot easier than the last 10 years of our first marriage. But what I find in sharing stories is that everyone in a fractured relationship gets the opportunity for a redo, a do-over, and it's a wonderful thing. And it, you know, our family's so big, for example, that I have cousins that might not have talked with their daughters or vice versa in 5-6 years based on death and divorce in the family. I go, wow, people, how about we just talk with each other? And I'm finding out that works. Just say, let's talk with each other. We love each other. Let's just talk. The other thing I want to say about reset is that I believe in history, the key resets are the world-changing events. So, for example, in the 50s and 60s, or let me just say the 60s and 70s when I was growing up. I mean, talk about a crazy time. We had the world, Vietnam War, we had Man on the Moon, we had the deaths of President Kennedy, John Kennedy, Martin Luther King. We had early deaths of wonderful performers like Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, James Dean. We had the drug explosion, the sexual revolution. In our Catholic Church, we were still stuck thinking that using contraception was sinful. I mean, those were all just big changes back there. Oh, and we had TV. So just many things, new things in the 60s and 70s. And then the next reset was 9/11. And then most recently, our big reset, it's not the internet, it's COVID. I mean, that created a reset for the entire world. We all know that to be the case. And then finally, under music, I'm sure I'm going to love listening to these guys. That's it.